Alright everyone, welcome back. I never thought this would be a video I'd make, to be honest, but Nothing But Skills put out a video yesterday titled The Division 2 Scam. This has got to stop. Warning to all new and returning players, as you can see on screen. It got pretty popular for a Division 2 video very quickly, which has generated a lot of talk on Twitter between content creators who have advertised it and who haven't advertised it, and members of the community as well. Now, having watched the Nothing But Skills video and seen all of the comments, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this one, so here we go. Drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. Let's begin. Firstly, for anyone who hasn't seen Nothing But Skills video, basically there is a website called diving.net or diving.net, diving.net, who basically offer boosting services for a whole host of games, one of them being the Division 2. Now, here's the first 2 examples from the Division 2 section. We have the Chill Out Mask with an ETA of 3 to 5 hours, which will cost you $10. Or there's this one here. We have the Exotic Eagle Bearer, which is a 7 to 21 day turnaround, and it's going to cost you $149. So how does this work? Well, basically you pay for the item that you want. A player is assigned to your request, and then you have to allow them access to your account in order to complete that request. For the Eagle Bearer, for example, this could be up to 21 days, and as per their FAQ, they recommend you do not log in when they are to avoid possible detection of simultaneous action, which could be picked up by anti-cheat. This company has been around since 2011, and from what I can tell, they appear to be quite successful. So I want to be as transparent as possible here, guys. I've been contacted by diving.net on 7 occasions over the last 2 years, asking if I would consider including a pre-roll ad for their service at an agreed figure. Now, as with all advertising offers, and I do get a lot of them, I check out what the product or service is that I'd be advertising in my videos first before making a decision. And as soon as I saw what diving.net does, I never replied to any of them, even to ask how much they'd be willing to offer, which I've heard is actually quite substantial. Because morally, I don't agree with these services, so I cannot, in good faith, advertise them to my audience, and that's you guys. Now, I've only ever done one proper advertisement on this channel, and that was a full video, and that was for World of Tanks. That was a game I was actually playing and enjoying, and they had reached out to me and said, would you do an advertisement? And of course I did that, because that was a game it's actually a pretty good game. I know some of you guys actually play that game, so it made sense. But most other advertisements are really not going to be something that I either believe in or I think that you guys would be interested in, and this is one of those as well. Now, there are a number of reasons why I simply cannot condone this service, and I just want to name a few of them for you guys because they are really, really important. And if any of you have ever considered boosting service like this, then please just listen to this before you go ahead. Now, number one, the price of this service is extortionate, and the time frame for some items is also very long. Let's take the Eagle Bearer as an example. This is a raid exotic, so it's exclusive to the raid, and of course the raid is locked behind having 8 people, but that shouldn't deter you from reaching out to other sources rather than paying for it. Also, the raid exotic, it does come with some good luck. Now, many people I know took many months to get this weapon. However, GC Rock and other creators out there run daily raid carries. In fact, I got carried through the Dark Hours raid on stream with GC Rock and his clan and got my Eagle Bearer that way on the first attempt, actually. So that was pretty lucky. Now, GC Rock doesn't charge for this service, and a Dark Hour run can be done in no time at all now. You're looking at less than 20 minutes easily. If you have a spare hour or more, you could easily get the Eagle Bearer in that time. Plus, GC Rock clan, all of them have the Eagle Bearer, and they pretty much have every item in the game already. So you're basically going to have 8 attempts each run at being able to get the item that you want. Say as I said, for this example, the Eagle Bearer, as other party members will drop the item for you. Now, this is a free service. It takes no time, so I don't understand how you can price this service so incredibly high. I mean, I know why. It's because people pay that, which is really, really annoying, actually. Massive do have some part to blame in this, because if we had matchmaking in the raids, I suspect more people would be inclined to just use this instead. But because we don't, people are looking for other sources, and that's why they're potentially looking at services like this. But number two, you have to give someone you don't know access to your account, which in of itself is very risky. And the practice of lending someone your account, I believe, is against Ubisoft's terms of service. This means if they are caught, you will lose access to not only the Division 2, but you possibly lose access to every Ubisoft title. Dving.net state in their FAQ they have powerful tools for avoiding any detection of this service, but like anything, it's not 100% foolproof, and some are bound to slip through the net. If not yet, then eventually. This is a huge risk you are undertaking when you pay for this service, and you've got to give up your account to someone you don't know, and I think this needs to be shouted from the rooftops. Number three, morally, I just cannot get behind boosting services. The same way I wouldn't buy an XP booster or any other type of microtransaction booster in a game, I personally just don't like the practice. And I think many of you would agree with me here. How many times have we seen boosters in games get huge backlash from their community? I think it's happened with a few of Ubisoft games. I think it happened in Assassin's Creed on a number of occasions. Now, whilst I wouldn't consider this type of service provided by Dving pay to win, it is certainly advantageous to those people who have money and don't care what they spend their money on. And there will be times when this service is very much pay to win. With the new content coming out, there will likely be, a new meta build or a new weapon, a new meta weapon. And this website would allow you to pay for them to go and get that stuff for you. And those people who don't have money, they're going to have to farm this stuff themselves. And so more often than not, those people with money will get these items first, and then they're going to have an advantage over those who have not. And this mainly applies to PvP, of course, because PvE, it doesn't really matter too much. But the overall, you get what I'm saying. The message here is pretty obvious. Now, lastly, I guess I don't really understand why you would want someone else to play the game for you. There's no achievement in that. I get that some things are hard to get. There are weapons in this game and items that I've not got because I simply, firstly, I refuse to pay to get them. I would never do that. Secondly, I'm fairly lazy. But I understand, if I'm not going to put the work in, I'm not going to get it. But, if you are working at getting something and you finally get it, that's unbelievably rewarding. And this service that they're offering is not rewarding for you at all. I don't see how you would get anything out of that. Now, before I end this video, the biggest argument I saw over this whole video from Nothing But Skills was the use of the word scam. Now, I wouldn't take this word literally, to be honest. Now, what Dving.net failed to do is give you all of the information, like the fact this is against Ubisoft terms of service, and you can be banned, which is very dishonest of them, which is actually one of the words you would use to describe a scam. So, yeah, maybe you could call it a scam. Now, a scam for me personally would be a service you would pay for that didn't deliver, and in this case would just steal your money, which Dving.net, based on their reviews, have not done. However, they are very dishonest. They are not upfront with what could potentially happen with your account if they're caught, and that is enough for me to consider it a scam. So that's my 2 cents on that. There you go, everyone. Bit of a different video. Just wanted to give my take on all of this because this service seems to be popping up everywhere, and with new content coming, I can only see this becoming even more widespread. Please, if you're considering using a boosting service, please do your due diligence. At the end of the day, it's not the boosting service that will get in trouble if your account is flagged. It'll be your account that gets taken down. It'll become your problem, basically. So they hold no responsibility. I can also think of a million better ways of spending $150. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. Till the next one, Epic out.